So our variables, well, we looked at foot position at initial touchdown, sagittal, frontal plane, and we had foot and lower leg. What is that? Foot and lower leg variables during turning, foot translation, knee flexion angle, tibial rotation, ankle and knee movements. And the basic statistics, repeated measures ANOVA, and the post hoc test. So what happened is that obviously the no-studded boot providing the least mechanical traction had the lowest touchdown angle in the sagittal plane compared, statistically significant compared to the 3 studded boots. What is interesting, even though those boots have highly different outsole configurations, the touchdown angle in the sagittal plane was not significantly different, was more or less similar. We have the same picture for the frontal plane angle. The frontal plane was only significant differently for the no-studded boot compared to them, and again, there were no differences between those boots, between the studded boots. What you can see what happened in terms of loading of the lower extremities, this picture. So the gray bars show the foot translation, how much is the foot slipping over the ground, and the black bars show the ankle eversion moments. And you can nicely see that the more, we called it aggressive, the more aggressive the stud configuration is, from soft ground to less aggressive, zero studs, the foot slip, the foot translation is higher. This is expected. And you can also nicely see that the moments, the ankle eversion moment that fights, that tries to fight the supination angle of the ankle joint, goes up and is highest for the soft ground. But when you look at this, the firm ground shoe, we have almost the same level like the soft ground boot. We see the artificial turf relatively less, and well, here for the no studded boot, we have the lowest moment, but well, of course, we have a lot of slippage here. Higher ankle eversion moments coincide with lower foot translation. This is the message of this slide. We go a little bit more proximal to the knee. We did not find differences in tibia rotation, no differences in knee flexion, no differences in knee loading among the studded shoe models. This is really interesting. Variability, 15 subjects might overshadow that, but one other approach to explain that is that the human locomotor system is smart enough in order to cope with highly different stud configurations. So we have this, well, knee moment here for the 0, but this is expected. So the findings for the studded shoes only, because they are the relevant ones, is no approach speed modification prior to the turn, similar posture of foot and lower leg at initial ground contact. So for the firm ground and the soft ground, we had lower foot translation because the mechanical traction was higher. Lower foot translation coincides with higher ankle eversion moments, producing comparatively high loads at the ankle in contrast to a specifically designed artificial turf shoe. Actually, when we go back, the artificial turf shoe allowed the subjects to run faster, and here we see the moments players have to sustain are lower, so we have a benefit from both sides. Mark touched already on this topic, and well, it's quite obvious that we do not have evidence for the relation between footwear, artificial turf, and injuries. But still, from the data that was presented in this session, we are quite of, we feel that there might be a subtle challenge in the future. And unfortunately, so although I don't want to criticize the study of Ekstrand back in 2006, unfortunately, the footwear players wore at that time was not written down, which would be a very useful asset to have in order to deal with this question. So ankle injuries increase that was kind of suggested by Ekstrand. What we know that before, and even today, players use traditional footwear, mainly the firm ground. So that means, as we have shown from the loading and from the running, rather inappropriate or relatively or less appropriate footwear than nowadays available artificial turf shoes. And we have seen in this last study ankle eversion moment increase and foot translation decrease. So basically, those findings point to a chance that there is a higher injury risk on artificial turf. And now this is important in case you wear maybe less appropriate footwear. And this points to the direction that taking care of footwear, especially when now talking about a new surface, is highly important and might assist you in preventing injuries. So at this point, I would like to thank Clemens Müller, who carried out a lot of work of this research that was presented. It was a great 3 to 4 years collaboration between him and me, and I would like to thank you for your attention during this talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thorsten. We still have time for a couple of questions. Any questions from the floor?